High school. I'd been in debate this first year, and it was our Lehigh home debate tournament. And I had entered in an event called storytelling, and I figured I'm a storyteller, why not? But I didn't really prepare for it. It was sort of a last-second thing, and I'm like, no story, oh no, what am I going to do? And at the last moment, I met up with a good friend of mine, Logan Chun, and he told me this story 5 minutes before my first round started. And I went on to win first place in open storytelling. And so here it is, voices and all, ladies and gentlemen, the king and his jester. Very long time ago, in a land very, very far, you get the idea, it's very far away, a long time ago, and in this land there was a king who ruled over all he could see with an iron fist. He was somewhat of a wicked king, however. He liked to play jokes on his subjects, but these jokes usually involved beheading and disemboweling. Rather beastly business. Anyway, one day he just hung 3 men from his gallows and thought to himself, not much fun in it anymore. It's lost its spark. I have an idea, and he called upon himself his royal advisor. Royal advisor! Royal advisor! And in comes running his royal advisor. Yes, my lord. Royal advisor. You see, I have a challenge for you. Over the course of the next 3 days, I shall ask you 3 questions. Now, for the first question. Should you get that first question wrong, I shall behead you! But, should you get that first question right, I'll give you this bag of gold. Now, for the second question. Should you get that second question wrong, I shall behead you twice! But, sire, I only have 1 head. The king thought for a moment. Well, I am the king. I can do as I like. I'll behead you twice. Anyway, should you by chance happen to get that second question right, I shall give you this second and larger bag of gold. Now, for the third question. The third and final question. Should you get that third question wrong, you guessed it, I shall behead you thrice! But, should you happen to get that third question right, I'll give you this third and final large bag of gold. And of course, the royal advisor, being indebted to his king out of servitude, was forced to take this challenge. Yes, sire, I accept your challenge. Very well, first question tomorrow. Very well, sire. And of course, the royal advisor, with beheading on the line thrice, wasn't exactly very happy with his circumstance. Not being an overall smart man, and these were bound to be hard questions, he was doomed. So, walking away from the king's chamber, he was spotted upon by the royal jester, who spied him first, saying, "Why, sire, why do you look so sad?" The royal advisor answered, saying, "The king has placed a challenge upon me. You see, over the course of the next 3 days, I must answer 3 questions, and, well, I should get 3 bags of gold should I get them right, but they sound to be very hard, for should I get them wrong, I shall be beheaded thrice." Of course, the royal jester, always looking out for himself. "Why, sire, you see, I have a plan. You give me your cloak, and I will take your cloak and disguise myself in it and go into the king, and he shall ask me these 3 questions. Should I get them wrong, it is my head on the line, but should I get them right, I shall be the one to get the 3 bags of gold. What do you say, sire?" Of course, the royal advisor wanted to save his own neck. "Indeed, I shall grab my cloak immediately." The next day, the king calls upon himself the royal advisor. Royal advisor! Royal advisor! And in comes running the jester, disguising himself in the cloak of the royal advisor, thus fooling the king. "Yes, my lord." "Royal advisor, for my first question. How deep is the ocean?" Well, the royal jester thought for a moment. "Why, sire, you see, the ocean is merely a stone's throw deep." "A stone's throw?" "Indeed, sire, a stone's throw. Now, if you would define for me a stone's throw." "A stone's throw? You take a stone and you throw it, and whence it lay, there be a stone's throw." "Exactly, sire. Now say, you got the little rowboat, and you rowed out to the ocean, and you took a stone, and you threw it into the ocean. Where would it lay?" "At the bottom of the ocean." "Exactly, sire." How could the king answer to that one? "All right, here's your first bag of gold." "Thank you, sire." Of course, on the second day, the king calls upon himself the royal advisor for the second time. "Royal advisor! Royal advisor!" And in comes running the jester, once again, disguising himself in the cloak of the royal advisor, thus fooling the king. "Yes, my lord." "Royal advisor, for my second question, how many stars are there in the sky?" And without missing a beat. "Why, sire, There are 6,822,582,611. If you don't believe me, you can count them yourself. What can the king say to that? Very well, here's your second pack of gold. Thank you, sire. And of course, on the third day, the king, definitely wanting to behead someone, had gone to all the sages in the land the night previous, and all of them had given him the same answer for this question that he had asked for. The hardest question in all the land. And he called upon himself the Royal Advisor. Royal Advisor! Royal Advisor! And in comes running the Jester, once again fooling the king by disguising himself as the Royal Advisor. Yes, my lord. Royal Advisor, for my third and final question, I have gone to all the sages in the land, and they all agree this will be the hardest question. What am I thinking right now? The Jester froze. And then, with a flash of insight, why, sire, you think I am your royal advisor, when in truth, he throws up his cloak, I am merely your Jester! Third bag, please.